Number 1. In the following drawing, the green spheres represent atoms of a certain element. The purple spheres represent atoms of another element. If the spheres of different elements touch, they are a part of a single unit of a compound. The following chemical change, represented by these spheres, may violate one of the ideas of Dalton's atomic theory. Which one? Okay, so first thing, we see our boy Dalton, so we should know what he founded, right? John Dalton came up with the 5 postulates of atomic theory. So I have them written down right here on the right-hand side. And just know that, John Dalton, who was, I think, a school teacher, he created these, I think, in the year 1807. So it's more than 200 years that we know about matter and atoms and compounds. So since this is the first chapter in this is the first question in chapter 2, let's run through the postulates and then we'll get to the question. So just know that these postulates are set up as the most basic, number 1, all the way down to the most complex. So each postulate will build on each other. So postulate number 1. Matter is made up of small particles called atoms. Okay, so now we should know that, everything makes up of atoms, and that is classified as matter. That we learned in chapter 1. So Dalton was the first one, not I think the first one, but he published that. Dalton's postulate number 2. An element consists of one type of atom, and all atoms are identical in a single element. So they're just saying, or Dalton was saying for this one, that if you had a single element, it only had one type of atom. That's it. They're all identical. All atoms were exactly the same. So basically the atoms in nitrogen were different from the atoms in oxygen, which were different from the atoms in sulfur, because those are 3 elements. So that's what Dalton was saying. Number 3. Atoms of one element are different in properties of atoms of a different element. So basically 2 and 3, they hook up together because they both are talking about atoms within elements. So number 2 just says that there's only one type of atom. Number 3, however, was the one that said that all atoms of an element are different from each other. So that's the idea of nitrogen's atoms are different from oxygen's atoms, which are different from sulfur's atoms, etc., etc. Only until number 4 do we get to compounds. So now Dalton, the 4th postulate in Dalton's atomic theory, was a compound consists of atoms of 2 or more elements. We already know this, right? We knew this from chapter 1. Compound, if you want to make a compound, you have to have 2 or more elements. So, and those elements have to be coming together to interact with each other. And that's what a compound is. So it just has to be 2 different elements. So for example, H2O is a compound because it has atoms of hydrogen coming together with atom of oxygen, right? There's 2 atoms of hydrogen coming together with 1 atom of oxygen, hence they make H2O. And then last but not least, the 5th postulate for John Dalton's atomic theory was that atoms can never be created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction. So if you see a chemical reaction, they're basically alluding to Dalton's 5th postulate. Now, these are always written in these specific numbers. So the first one will always be matter is made up of small particles called atom, and the 5th one generally will always be atoms can neither be created nor destroyed, and you'll see it in a chemical reaction. So number 2 and 3 will always be with elements, and the 4th one will always talk about compounds, and the 5th one will talk about reactions. So just know that it's Dalton's 5 postulates. You need to fill up your 5 fingers on your hand. So you got to have a postulate for each finger on your hand, and you only one hand, right? So that you could think of. If you think of postulates, there's always 5 of them, so count them out. Okay. Now we just got to figure out which one with these violates the idea of Dalton's atomic theory? Well, let's see. Okay, so we have a chemical reaction, right? Whenever we see something reacting, aka an arrow, with something else, that's a chemical reaction. So you guys could probably guess which one is going to be violated, right? It's the one that has chemical reaction in it. So, but let's just, just cross our I's and dot our T's. Wait a minute. Dot our I's and cross our T's. So, if we look at these individual atoms, I have one green one on the left-hand side. And remember, a left-hand side for a reaction is always called the reactants. And the right side is always called the products. So I'm just going to say reactants and then products. So on the reactant side, we have one green. And how many blue? They said it was purple, right? The purple spheres. So how many purple spheres do we have? We have 2 purple. So we have 1 green and 2 purple on the reactant side. And what do we got on the product side? Well, we have the 2 purple, 1 and 2. So that matches. And we have 2 green on this side, right? Do we see a problem here? Yeah. These were equal, 2 purple equal 2 purple, but 1 green does not equal 2 green. Something happened here, right? Now, remember, which postulate says that you cannot create nor destroy anything? It looks like here you created 1 green atom, right, of an element, right? Because 1 green atom turned into 2 green atoms. Can you create atoms? No. Can you destroy them? No. So which postulate was violated? It is Dalton's 5th postulate. So number 5. So the 5th postulate was violated, and we could just say that the postulate is atoms cannot be created nor destroyed. Cannot be created nor destroyed. And that's the one that is violated because I see the disconnect between the green atoms. You can't just have 1 green and 2 on the other side. And that's the whole of chemistry. Whatever you have on the left side as far as atoms of a single element has to be equal to the same number of atoms on the product side of the reactants. That's a super important concept that you will continue to see through every chapter. So keep that in mind, guys, all right? So the answer here was the 5th postulate was violated, the one that says atoms cannot be created nor destroyed during a chemical reaction, just rearranged, all right? So atoms can't just pop out of nowhere, or you can't just get rid of them, all right? This was fun. I hope this helped. This is number 1 for chapter 2, so you guys are on great track already. If this helped, hit that subscribe button. We got tons more chapters coming your way so that you guys can have all the information you need for your studying needs. All right? I'll see you guys all in number 2. Take care.